It's Mega Money Mondays. I got one goal this week, people. One goal and one goal only. And that's to make $100 a day trading the Micro E-minis with only $2,500 in my account. The reason that I'm doing this is because somebody told me that I could not do it, that it was impossible to be consistent in the market. And well, I want to prove people wrong. So I'm going to make $100 a day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. My goal is to make a minimum of $100. And then once I hit my goal, well, kind of just sit back and wait for another opportunity. I'm okay with making more than 100, but I want to make a minimum of $100. Let's see if I can do it. Let's see if I could go all the way this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, $100 a day with only a $2,500 account trading the Micro E-minis. Going to show you guys a trade that I made this morning, how I don't want to say predicted, but how I had a setup, a plan, and overall how it all went down. I'm going to show you guys the trades live in this video, so make sure you guys stay tuned. And the market is about to open. Looking for a pullback here. Let's see this 160, 162 area here on the pullback. And then look for a push above that 172 area. You can see having resistance there. 172 area, having some trouble there multiple times. And right now pulling back down there to the 163.75. We got a little bit of support right there. 162, 160 area here. So looking for a little bit more of a pullback to buy the dip. And look for the push up here once this market opens. So let's see what we get. Still holding there. I'm going to try to jump in 64.50, see if I get filled here. Okay, getting filled there. 64.50 now. Looking for a push up above the 170s. Look to add some more if we pull back 162s again. So there's that pullback we were looking for. Put another order out there, 161. Did not get filled. Pushing back up here pretty quickly now. Had a little bit more patience on this dip buy. That would have been the dip to get there, 161s. You can see pushing up there to 165s just like that. Look at this bounce off that 161 level we were talking about, right up there to 167. If you're wondering what platform I'm using, this is Optimus Flow, the platform that I'm using. There's a link down below if you want to check it out. People are always asking me what platform I'm using. This is Optimus Flow. Pulling down there to the 62s again, right where the VWAP's at. Still selling here, down to the 160s again. I'm going to slowly kind of keep adding into this little dip here. The Nasdaq's pushing through resistance right now on the hourly chart. So we should expect the SPY to kind of follow a little bit here. Looking for this push up here to the 65s. I want to see 65s get printed here. I'm going to move my stop now basically right below this 58 level where we bounced at. So moving up my stop on this trade and still looking for that push above the 170s. Looking for us push through 65s here. Going to look to take a little bit of profit here at the 65s. This is just kind of looking really slow. Like it doesn't just want to go, but we're going to take a little bit of profit here just to lock it down there at the 65s. Just in case this doesn't want to keep pushing. We're at a key area right here at the 65s. It's got to kind of go through here kind of thing. So now we'll kind of let this one ride. If we can push through 65s here. Still having trouble there, 65s. Pulling back a little bit now again. The Nasdaq stuck right there at the 10,500 area. So I've got one contract left. I'm going to let this one ride. Just put it right here at the 60 level. Locking down close to $100 in profit so far, but just not liking how we're getting stuck at that 165 area. That's right where that middle VWAP kind of is at on the SPY, but now we're trying to push. Let's see. Wow. So the Nasdaq squeezed through 10,500, and as you can see, the SPY following right there. Okay, hey, you know, I was trying to be cautious here. Do you see what happens sometimes? Be cautious. Market deciding just to rally right there after I sold. Story of my life. If I had $1 for every time the market went higher once I sold, I'd be a millionaire, wouldn't I? Currently, you can see this contract there at the 59, so we're almost up 10 handles on this last single contract. We'll see if we can get a push above the highs there at the 170 area if this thing wants to go. As the NASDAQ squeezes up there to the 10,510 area. You can see here kind of what I'm looking at. If I pull this up for you guys, pull up the NQ on the NASDAQ. You can see that. There's the NASDAQ squeezing up there, 10,513. It was getting stuck there, and that's kind of why I was a little hesitant about holding that long. And then as you can see, it squeezed as soon as I sold. So, story of my life. Let's see if this continuation can hold and push up there above the 70s now on this last final contract. 168's getting tapped there. 169. What was the high of this candle? High of this candle was 168.75. So looking for that full 10 handle move on this last contract. See if we can get a push up there to above the 70s now. Looking like she wants to go. 15-minute chart looking prime for a breakout above the high so far, being that 73, 72 area. So let's see. The NASDAQ still continuing to push higher. So the overall market following the NASDAQ right now. Big squeeze there. Wow, didn't even see that coming. Look at that. All the way up to the 74s. Some numbers must have came out here at 10 o'clock. I'm guessing some numbers came out. I think it was the PMI numbers today. What was that? The numbers on this. Let me see. Yeah, so the PMI, the manufacturing PMI numbers came out there, and bullish there was 57, the forecast being 50 for June. You can see it was 57 there. So PMI numbers came out, market rallied right there with it. So let's see if we can get a push above the 172, 173 area here on that last and final contract. Up there, the 171s. Let's see if we can get, let's see, put an order out here. 170, 75. That'll be decent little profit there. All right, so we're getting out there. You can see that push up the 174s. This is one of those days where obviously I should have held this dip there. I think overall my entry just wasn't the best entry there. I should have been a little bit more greedy with my entry and waited for that pullback like we talked about. We knew that pullback was coming. We knew it was coming, and that's the big difference really at the end of the day is it's more difficult to hold a winner when you don't have a good entry, when you don't feel good about your entry. And I just wasn't in love with my entry because my stop loss was just a little bit bigger than I wanted it to be. Where if I was buying here, if I was greedy and I waited for my dip that I wanted, I had everything lined up with that dip area there at the 160, just like I talked about when I first opened this video up and talked about how I was looking for that pullback to the 160s. If I would have waited and been patient with that pullback to the 160s, it would have been much easier to hold for this push up there to the 170s. So again, we were right about the direction. We were buying the dip, looking for that push, but the risk just became too much because I just wasn't in love with how big my stop was on my average. So when I was buying here at the 163s, 164s, my stop became a lot bigger than I wanted it to be. So I ended still getting out for decent profit. $125 in profit today trading the micro minis. But in general, really the entry is so important. And I've talked about that all the time in all my videos, how important it is for your entry, because at the end of the day, if your entry is on point, if you wait and you're patient and you wait for that entry to really form and really set up, it's much easier to hold a winner because you feel more confident in the trade because you have a plan, you have your entries, your exits, and all that ahead of time. So we got our push up there to the 170s. That's what we were looking for from the 160s. That's over a 10-handle move. If you don't know what a handle is just this little number on the side. So it's like 160, whatever that little number is there with 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are handles. And, you can see nice little push up there to the 170s. The NASDAQ just squeezing right now, just going nuts, the NASDAQ. I mean, it's wild. The NASDAQ's just pushing here. And the SPY, again, having some trouble. Seeming like it just has a little bit of trouble there at the 172 area with that pivot. There's a pivot point kind of lining up right where the market tapped at. So we'll see if this is going to pull back now. I would look for a pullback. I like to see a pullback maybe down to the 315 area. or at least 3/16 one more time. So there it is. 30 minutes of trading today, making $127 trading today. And as you can see, the market doing exactly what we were looking for. We just needed to be a little more patient in our plan and have that confidence, that confidence here. And as you can see from the push from the 160s up there to 174 with that PMI number coming out and just squeezing everybody right out of their shorts on that point and then kind of pulling back there. So interesting to see, especially now that we pushed above that resistance. You can see a lot of sellers coming in there. A lot of sellers coming in there on that candle. So, interesting. Maybe this wants to kind of pull back down here one more time. We'll kind of sit around and wait and be patient for the next setup. But for now, not bad. 30 minutes, $125 in profit. It is what it is. There's always going to be more setups to come, and you just got to continuously keep hitting these setups. Just keep religiously hitting these setups over and over and over to the point that it's just like clockwork. And today, getting the dip buy we're looking for, just not getting the full potential of the trade, I guess. Not having that confidence, like I said, with the stop and my entry and all that. So there it is. If you guys haven't already, do me one big favor, hit that like button, subscribe button, all the buttons down below. I'll talk to you guys later on.